Hello, everybody. It's Mo again. In this section, we're going to be working with DNS. We're going to look at the details and the guts of what DNS is. Even though we've been looking at DNS for a long time right now, right? Almost every section, we're dealing with DNS because that's what Active Directory depends on. But I'm going to start DNS without Active Directory. What I have here is one server and two clients. Remember, DNS resolves fully qualified domain names to and from IPs, such as, let's say, www.google.com is a fully qualified domain name. www is the host name, which is really an alias, and google.com is a domain name. Let's say, for example, dc1.udemy.local is a fully qualified domain name. DC1 is the host name, udemy.local is the domain name. Altogether is a fully qualified domain name. So what I'm going to do is I have one server and two clients for this actual lab at the beginning, but then I'll be getting a second server. And for now, I just need this. So what I'm going to be doing is setting up the actual computer names and the IPs successfully. So look what I'm going to do here. I'm going to change the computer name. Let's say this one is actually going to be called, let's say Udemy SRV1, right? Udemy SRV1. So that's my first server. And the suffix, I have to have a fully qualified domain name, which is udemy.local, all right? Just like that. Now I have a fully qualified domain name. Then okay, all the way through. And I'm going to do the same thing actually on both client machines, just to make sure I have a fully qualified domain name. So I'm going to click OK, close, and restart. And I'm going to go to my first 10 machine, log on. These are actually on a work group. It's a new image, actually. I just created a new image on these computers. So they have nothing. So I have one server and two clients, as you see. And I'm going to go ahead and change the computer name over here. Let's say this is going to be called W101. And of course, I'm going to be appending the suffix. So let me just go ahead and change the system name itself because I need a fully qualified domain to work with DNS. I'm going to call this, let's say, 10 W10-1, right? W, it looks like the numlock was not on. There you go, W10-1 and more. See, I'm not joining a domain. I don't have a domain, right? And here I'm going to put udemy.local. Then, okay, see, I have a fully qualified domain name now. That's what DNS resolves. So that's W10-1. Then, okay, all the way through and see how this actually works out for us. And then I'm going to go to my second 10 machine and do the same thing. And then I'll configure IPs. All right. We will configure the IPs. And I'm going to show you that I cannot reach by a fully qualified domain name unless I install and configure DNS. All right. So let's see. My server, let me go ahead and let me log on to it. There we go. All right. And let me log on to my first client machine. It's actually restarting. So let me go ahead and do this on the second 10. PC, properties, change, and it's going to be called W10, right? So this is W10-2, and of course, udemy.local. Udemy.local as the domain name. So now I have a fully qualified domain name, right? See that? Then click OK, OK, so it could actually restart the system. Then I'm going to go back to my first client and just log on just to make sure we're in. All right. Let me go back to the server and configure a static IP address. Let me see what number I got from my wireless router, which has DHCP built in. So let me do status, details. I got 161. All right. 161. So I'm going to put over here 192.168.223, 161. And the default gateway going out is 2, and DNS, I'll be pointing to myself. Then OK, then OK, and close. Then I'll go back to the first 10 machine and I'll do ncpa.cpl, right? Looks like we typed it wrong. ncpa.cpl. There we go. It should open up. ncpa.cpl. Yeah, that's the one. I'm not understanding why it's not opening up. I mean, I could go also to control panel. Let me log on to my second 10 machine while waiting for that. There we go. NCPA, which is network control panel dot control panel. NCPA.cpl. It should open up. If not, I'll just do it from control panel. It's trying to be stubborn. Let's see over here. NCPA.cpl. There you go. I mean, why it's not opening here, right? Okay, let me see if I could do it from control panel, see if I'm having an issue or not. Let me go to control panel, large icons, network and sharing center, change adaptive settings, right? And from here, I should actually see the card. It looks like it's giving me trouble, right? I'm trying to do it from here too. And it's like, no, I don't want to do that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to reset this virtual machine. Let me just try and see, right? I'll see, right? Remember, my server is what, 161? So if I do status details, I got 161. So I'm going to go back to this client machine, see what number I got. I could leave the IP address obtained automatic here. It's an actual client, okay? But DNS is 161, okay? So 192.168.223.161. That's the DNS. If I do status, let me just show you what I got. I got 160, but I'm pointing to my server for DNS, right? Which means everything else is obtained automatic, except for the DNS. I'm pointing to my actual server. Let's see what's going on with this box over here. All right. Let's see. Let me log on and see how this actually works out for us. All right. And I'm going to do the shortcut. I want to see if it's going to give me trouble or not. This is actually a new image, by the way. There's really nothing on this client machine over here, right? Nothing at all. I just want to see why there was an actual delay. Okay, let me try again. ncpa.cpl. Maybe after the reset. There you go. Finally, right? Okay. So I'm going to go to IP version 4 properties, and I'm going to say leave it obtained, but DNS is pointing to the actual server, which is 192.168.223. Dot what? 161. Then okay. Then okay. I don't have DNS on the server. Remember, I never installed DNS on the server, which means if I try to get online, it's going to fail. How can I test connectivity to the internet? Just ping the website. Don't think about like, let me open the browser and see how this works. No, you want to do it technically, which means let me go ahead and ping an actual website. Can I actually get online? Right. So let me see. Ping www. Let's say google.com. If I cannot ping it, that means I don't have internet access. See that? I cannot get online. From any machine, I can't get online. You know why I can't get online? Well, guess why? Because I don't have DNS installed on that server. And I said all these clients are going to be pointing to that server for DNS, right? So the DNS doesn't even exist, right? The DNS server does not exist at all. www.google.com does not exist. See, it's not going to work. Look, this is 10.2. Let me try and ping 10.1 fully qualified domain name and see how this actually works out for me. It's going to tell me you can't. So I'm going to ping, let's say W 10 2, right? 10-2 dot Udemy dot local. Look at this. It's not going to find it, right? This is 10-2. Look at this. I'm talking about this computer over here. I don't have DNS configured. I don't even have DNS installed. See, W10-2, W10-2.udemy.local. Here, if I try to ping W10, let's say -1 dot Udemy.local, it's not going to work. I don't have DNS installed or even configured. I can't resolve domain names internally. How about the server? Can I ping? What is the server? 20. What is it called? Right? Let's go to the server just to show you. Here's the server. I type host name, or I could just do it from Udemy srv1 dot Udemy.local. So this is what I'm trying to ping. I could copy it. All right. You see this? I don't want to waste a lot of ink. And look at this. It's not pasting. Okay. Udemy srv1 dot Udemy.local. It's not going to work. I don't have a zone. I don't have DNS configured. I can't reach anything at all. Okay. So that's one thing to keep in mind. So what I'm going to do in our next lecture is install DNS and look at the zones and see how we could fix all these different problems. All right. So we'll see you guys in another lecture. For now, bye.